Hey there traders, this is Steve Miley, the market chartist for FX Explained, and here we're going to take a look at both the euro and the pound versus the dollar. So that's going to be EURUSD and GBPUSD, and we're looking for a more positive tone for euro versus dollar, but still a more negative theme for the pound versus the dollar. So we've seen some broad US dollar weakness in here really over the past 24 hours, 12 to 24 hours, and we're slightly shifting to a slightly more positive risk on theme across global assets, as there is hope coming back for a US economic relief package. Just some possibility there with the hopes fading at the end of last week and the beginning of this week, but some hope of that economic relief package coming through, and that's seen us shift to very slightly to a more risk-on theme. I mean, equity markets are not really surging back higher, but nevertheless, we are seeing some US dollar weakness in here on the back of that. So we've seen this strong push higher for the euro versus the dollar. Maybe just as we've seen the US dollar weakness, just the euro being seen as a reserve currency, it's taken out that technically these important supports here, support resistances at 117.99 and 118.31, having previously earlier in October reversed up through this down trend line, this counter trend line in here. So the market's pushed up through there, pushed up through 118.31, and there's now risk for these important peaks up here that we have from late September. 118.70, 119.00, 119.17. Below the lower one would then completely neutralise the September sell-off. Through the higher one for us would actually signal a more bullish theme. And there's really a risk in here over the next 24 hours for going testing this cluster of resistances up here. On the downside, the market would need to move back below 118 through 117.99 for a more negative tone for today. Now, if we turn our attention to the pound versus the dollar, you can see not as positive in here. In fact, if anything, the market has broken down in here over the past week or so, down through this support, and on the more recent rebounds, been fading at this 130.24 area on a couple of occasions. So last week we did manage, or mid-October, we did manage to push above these 130.07 peaks, but repeatedly failing below this 130.6482 area. Twice now failed at 130.24, having broken down through this uptrend line in here, and all of that leaves a more negative theme, we feel, for cable, for pound versus US dollar. So I'm looking for potentially, even though we have a little pop higher in here overnight, looking for 130.24 to try and cap, and looking for a potential retest to 129.10, 128.61 in the very short term. This has been Steve Miley, the market chartist for FX Explained. I'm going to wish you all a great trading day. Please do stay safe out there, and I'll be back with you for another report very soon.